a very short one, 45 minutes probably, on financial literacy for teenagers. So number one, we actually want to get the expectation correct or get the definition correct. Yeah. So financial literacy doesn't mean more and more money. Yeah. Doesn't mean that, oh, how to turn $1 to become $10 the shortest time. That's called gambling. That's not called financial literacy. Okay. So end of the day, we also want to make sure we are always the master of money, not slave to money. So of course, I'm quite sure around us, you have seen people really being slave to money. Okay, we said that our family is more important than anything else, yet most of the time we actually spend on chasing money rather than spending time with family. Okay, so there must be a right balance. So really the key thing about financial literacy, or the key thing, the program we try to bring across here is number one, is definitely not about more and more money. Okay, but number two, manage money wisely, not becoming a slave to money, and how to use them wisely to give us a fulfilling life. So this is really the ultimate objective we want to bring across to the participants of this program. Okay, so the target audience will be teenagers. We are actually looking for people, I think minimum age should be about 14 years old. Maximum age, I think for this group is about 18. So of course, for those who are older, if they want to join, they're welcome. Okay, so in fact, when we design this program, we think it's actually suitable to people up to like 24 years old. That means before they even go, those who are actually before they start working. Okay, but of course, I think we want to group the age group together. So we are looking for people who are like between 14 to 18 years old. And this is how we actually want to bring the education to them. I think gone were the days whereby, you just want to talk, they listen, and they agree. Okay, I think that's gone. So what we have done here is this. We have actually came up with a simulation game so that they can really play out their decisions. So that they can actually play out their decisions. Then after that, they can see the outcome of the decision. Okay, and of course, whether they are agreeable with it or not. Okay, which I thought is very applicable. So in fact, now when I have my discussion with my daughter, I like the way my father actually teach me. He's always like, he is right, I am wrong. Okay, I'm quite sure for those who are about my age, you probably have the same feeling. But now when we actually talk to our kids, if you use that method, then it's actually going to be very difficult. So a lot of time is, we have to discuss, we have to let them explore. Okay, we have to let them find out what is right and what is wrong for themselves. And this is what we have actually planned out in this program. So basically, through the simulation game, okay, there's no right or wrong answer, but it actually give them the insights of the outcome of their money decision. So what is this game is about? Let me just do a very quick run through. So this is what happened here. So the three of us, we have actually put on a lot of effort, try to make the numbers as realistic as possible. So we are actually simulating this guy who is 20 years old. So you can imagine either just after army or just after the A levels. Okay, and he has to start making some money decisions. So our assumption is that he has no money right now. And the first thing had to decide, okay, no money, should you actually work first to earn some money? Or should you actually go and borrow money to study first? Okay, so again, we are not here to say what is right or what is wrong. Okay, but as they play out, okay, they can actually see the outcome. So of course, if they choose to work first, there is very limited job. They probably can only do things like packing assistant. At the same time, even if you just come out, you also going to have expense. What's the lifestyle on food? Okay, maybe initially some basic food. And of course, some people may say that, oh, I want to have some stay better place. Okay, I want to have some basic needs, so on and so forth. Okay. So from there, they already have to start making such decision. They say, oh no, okay. Actually, even just by doing a normal work without studying first, I may not be even able to sustain my lifestyle. Okay, they may not be able to sustain lifestyle. Then after that, okay, okay, I think someone forgot to unmute. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, interesting. Got some music down there. So anyway, okay, so they may not be they may not be even to even sustain themselves. So of course, what do they have to do? Okay, they have to take up personal loan, as you can see here. Okay, so of course, this program will also tell them, hey, is it okay to take up personal loan? Which in real life is very realistic. We actually have quite a number of youngsters taking up credit card loans. I was very shocked with the numbers I saw in terms of those people who are delayed paying their credit card bills. So again, like I said, we actually use very realistic numbers. And of course, they have to decide whether they actually want to continue such lifestyle, or either that they want to choose, okay, instead of working, okay, maybe I do part-time, I actually go and study part-time. Okay, study part-time. Okay, and does that really help to improve their lifestyle not over time? Then after that, they can see that, okay, oh no, their loan actually start to build up now. Okay, then after that, of course, they will keep playing to see, okay, how do they actually manage their loan? How do they actually solve this loan issue? And when we play this game, a lot of people will be thinking that, hey, you know, end of the day, so you are talking about more money. No. Okay, no, if you think about it in real life, at end of the day, what do we really want? We actually want to achieve this thing called happiness. Okay, so this game is also not about, oh, whoever has the most money wins. Okay, definitely not the case. So to sort of, okay, of course, we are going to have a little competition. So one way we're actually going to play this competition is eventually who has the highest happiness index. So again, this is very in line with a lot of young people thinking like this term called YOLO. Wow, if I actually don't go and backpack today, I'll never go and backpack again. You know, if I don't go to Maldives and scuba dive, I will never go and dive again. Okay, so a lot of them actually want to achieve high happiness index today. And of course, at the expense of money. Okay, so let's say, for example, entertainment, they actually want to have luxurious entertainment. I want, with that, I get highest happiness index. Okay, and of course, from this game, they will learn. If I actually do that, okay, what's going to happen? My loan will just keep snowballing. So is that the way to go? So of course, again, like I said, we have no right or wrong answer. The good thing about this game is anything happen, they could just restart and, you know, try out different scenarios and for them to see for themselves. Say, instead of focusing on what do you call that? All the entertainment first. So what if I just focus on all the basic survival first? Okay, almost everything very basic. Okay, and study first. What is the outcome going to be? And of course, if I can, I should go for a professional degree, for example. What is the outcome going to be? Okay, and from this game, they themselves can decide, oh, okay. And of course, we bring in the concept of delayed gratification. And of course, it's always good to have study first. Okay, then from then they see, okay, don't be so short term. After a while, if you, like, for example, now decided to be a Grab driver, which probably can earn more than I don't know, a medical intern. But then over long term, they can actually see the impact. Okay, so Kenny and Alvin, do you actually want to jump in here on the learning points while we actually play this game?
Yeah, maybe I just start off first. I think for most of us, that is our age one. When we were studying, right, I don't think we are exposed to topics like, or subjects in financial literacy. School doesn't teach us that. and maybe school nowadays will introduce to students, but whatever it is, because of the lack of it, right? So the first instance that we are exposed to so-called making financial decision is when we step out into the society and started working. And that's probably the first time that with a new earning power, then we get to spend, and then we get to make financial decisions. But without a good knowledge of about budgeting, about financial good knowledge of financial literacy, right? Sometimes we may make decision that will set us back for a number of years in our life. The good thing about this game is that when a decision is made, and if the participant discover that he has made a sort of a wrong decision, and he wish to start again, and at least the game allows you to start again and explore new options, new strategies, and new approaches, especially for teenagers. Like I agree with what Yimin says. As a father myself, nowadays when we teach our kids, right, we no longer able to use our parents' style. I say this, then you have to follow. This unfortunately doesn't work anymore. You need to connect with them. You need to speak to them and get into them to see from their perspective. So similarly, through the game, and we try to make this game very realistic in the life choices that a young working adult will make, so that the teenagers themselves would also see the perspective of a young working adult and get to feel how challenging it is or how stressful it is if you're not making enough to cover what your life expenses is. So I hope this course will really give a good head start to the students, to the teenagers on financial literacy, and help them to make a better decision with respect to financial and money decisions in their life. Back to you, Emin.
Thank you so much. Alvin, anything from you here?
Sure. Thanks, man. Right. Emin and Kenny, thanks, man. So what we all have here, right, correct, something very interesting, what you call reset button, right? So a lot of times, right, correct, we try to want to reset our life, cannot, right? We cannot. So it's like we can't live in the so-called what we call the regret, regret mindset and those things, right, correct? So that's why, right, we are the adults here to educate our kids, so not to fall for those traps and those things in our life, so they will not take a long way or go to a wrong way in their life. So over here, the reset button is very cool, right? I loved it, but I cannot clear. Right. So next thing, right, the whole thing is that we work, study, lifestyle, and life transform, blah, blah, blah. All these things, right, correct, are the essential things, right, for all of us to stay alive. So the kids, right, nowadays, they do not some of them, they do not really understand that how much does it cost, right, to actually rent a place, right? How much does it cost, right, to eat a basic meal? So some of them just take a pocket money, right? Just like, oh, I go to school every day, $5, right? 1 week, $25, my pocket money. That's my pocket money. It's my allowance. If I want more allowance, I ask my parents. So they don't understand that, oh, actually to run a house, to run basic living for a household member, these are the basic amount he need to pay. So like that, right, through this game, right, correct, we are actually, right, wish that the kids, right, will have some gratitude towards us. Hey, actually, what, daddy pay so much for your transport. Wow, I send you to school. Hey, so that's the amount of money I help you save. But if you want to pay, you pay me. Wow, how much? 1.4K. Hey, you pay me. I'm your driver, father driver. So like that, the kids, right, will know some called appreciation. Right. Further on to add on, right, so the work and study part, right, correct. So study, right, full-time and part-time. Right. Some people, right, some students, right, may say that right, study part-time, right. So let's say that there's a part-time, right, correct. So part-time over here, yes, correct. So there's part-time. So part-time while studying, yes, it's very tiring. So at least, right, you can earn some income. So there's some of the students reflect to me, hey, Joe, I'll go poly that time. I want to go take part-time job in 7-Eleven or McDonald's. So right, so over here, right, correct, we will let them know that if you take up part-time and those things, right, correct, the length of course, right, actually longer than those, right, who are studying full-time. So give and take, because you study part-time, so you cannot focus fully. Or on the other hand, those full-time students, right, correct. So they are actually focused fully, right? So that shows the students, right, about the difference between the part-time and full-time. Right. Then further to add on, right, the loan, right? Loan is not something bad lah. It's not bad lah. Something that unless you take the loan to go and that one anyhow spend, that's different. So over here, loan to study is actually what it encourage students to do. So I don't think I have more things for my side. Evening, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Alvin and Kenny. Okay. So of course, as this game progress, you can see the age get more and more. Then they will see whether do they accumulate more money here, or either that they have accumulate more loans here. Then as the age progress, then slowly they have to go to another form of decision, which is basically, things like car, properties, enrichment. Okay, should they actually buy a car? So buy a car will actually increase the happiness index, okay? But then, it's going to be expensive. So how do they balance that? How do they make those decisions? Okay, property, as we all know, today property is not just a roof over our head. It's also a very good investment tool. Okay, so does it make sense for them to buy property early or buy property late? So a lot of people have this notations that, okay, I should save up enough to go and buy property. But if let's say, for example, if you think about it, if you actually do that 5 years ago, okay, to think that, I don't want to buy first, 5 years later then I buy. Then today the property prices has appreciated. Then maybe it's even out of reach. Also, we even actually built in all this scenario in this spreadsheet now. Of course, definitely financial decision, we have to include investments. So this is where we also will actually share with them what are investments, okay, what is a fixed deposit, what's a bond, what's a tax stock, what's a REIT, so on and so forth. Okay, so in this case, a lot of people have the perception that investment is about making money quick. Okay, it's about buy low, sell high. No. So in fact, investment for a lot of professional investors is about you. It's about getting returns, okay, annual returns. And down here, they have to make a decision. Should I actually invest or should I just focus on luxuries, for example, luxuries to increase my happiness index? So again, I'm quite sure even for us today, this is something we ourselves have to balance with. If let's say I got $20,000 today, should I put it in a stock market or should I go to Europe? Okay. So of course, to put in stock market, it will actually reap more profits for us. Go to Europe, we will increase our happiness index. But then, hey, at the end of the day, what's going to happen? So in fact, as an adult, when we play, it also can be quite interesting, not even for the children. So, yep. So that's what happened. And of course, at the second day, we have a little competition. As I mentioned just now, of course, I'm not going to tell you what is played to what age. So end of the day, I think I'm quite sure you all agree with me. End of the day, we don't want to be slave to money. There's actually, yes, we keep working money, but there's actually one point we should stop. Not say stop making money, slow down, but then focus on happiness. Okay, I'm quite sure. I don't think any of us here is like, your mission in life just to make money, a lot of money, make money. On the day we die, we have $10 billion and, no life. Okay, I don't think that's what we want. So actually, again, I want to stress when we actually run this program, a lot is about this happiness index. Okay, or at least in our game, the winner will be the one with the highest happiness index. So this is where they have to form the balance. We talk about, okay, don't focus on happiness first, make money first. Okay, but then at the end of the day, the game is about having happiness index. So how do we actually try to achieve that? So there's different ways. So this is where they start exploring. The last time when we play with our target group, so by the way, this is the second time we're actually running. So yes, we have the participant playing easily 20-30 times, and they're quite happy. Eventually, they found certain strategies that really fit them. And of course, we are not going to tell you what at what age. Okay, what this we will play this game until what age. They had to figure out themselves what is the best strategy for them. Okay, so yes, this is the simulation game that we are talking about, and it really, let the player learn from themselves. And I think just now Alvin brought out a very good point. They also start to appreciate things that we have been doing for them. So again, like I said, all these figures, we didn't really plug from sky. Okay, we make sure we actually get them as close as possible. Like for example, degree in medicine, okay, easily per year is about 100,000. And we even factor in inflation inside this game. So let's say they decided, okay, I want to work first. I want to study 5 years later. At that point in time, you can see that the price will actually increase already. So maybe I can actually show you. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have built in a lot of checks. So let's say, for example, you will work first. Okay, then after that, then say, oh, I want to go for medical school. I'll say 21 years old already, right? I want to go for medical school. Can you see? We also factoring things like inflation. Then they will also start to appreciate. So even things like, for example, property. Okay, we also include things like appreciation inside, and they have to ask themselves, should they really delay that process? Okay. If there's any questions, feel free to ask. You can type on the chat so we can answer them as we go along, or either that we will answer your question at the end of the session.
You mean, I think there's one comment, Stephen, in the chat.
Oh, yes, of course, Stephen, yes, that's precisely the point that we are trying to put across. Again, like I shared, the winner of the game, okay, we actually put it like a game, is never about who has the most money. It's actually about who has the highest happiness index. Okay. Thank you so much. So of course, one other thing that we will also be emphasizing on is this concept called financial freedom. Financial freedom, whereby we have the investment yield higher than the expenses. Higher the expenses. So again, we actually want to bring across the point. A lot of times investment is not just not about more and more money, but actually investment can actually give us freedom to do what we really like in life. So we're not saying that once you achieve financial freedom, you stop working. No, but at least with financial freedom, you have choices. You can make choices. Of course, you can continue to work, or either that you can do something which, in your opinion, is actually more meaningful. So this is also being emphasized in the game as well. And to achieve financial freedom, they have to make sure that investment yield, okay, is going to be higher than their expenses. So a lot of times, end of the day, it's about balance. So of course, you want to achieve financial freedom, the best way is to make sure that your expenses are low. But then if your expenses are low, your happiness index is not there. So how do you actually find the balance? So through this game, they will have to figure out themselves. Okay. Okay, Stephen, thanks for your comment. So to summarize, this is what we are offering. We are just, having this game session. This is not like a class or, a lecture session whereby I talk, the kids listen. I think that will not work. We actually just want the kids to just play this game. So of course, play this game under guidance. So don't just play this game blindly. We are thinking of 2 sessions. So the first session, when they just join us, they will have the overview of the simulation game. So before the class, they will be sent the spreadsheet already. They'll be given a spreadsheet. Okay. Then we will actually go through some of the key factors terms in the game, okay, which is basically break down into these 3 parts: investment products, investment terminology, and financial freedom. So basically, while they play the game, they also start learning some hard financial investment knowledge, like what is a bond, what's a stock. Okay, on the second day, they will just come in, they will start playing. We will have two competition with different objectives. And while they actually play it, then they can have an understanding of what is the best way, what is the best way or most suitable way for them. So of course, we believe is through the debrief, through some of the learnings, this is where they really get the financial knowledge. Okay, to summarize, eventually the participants will learn three main things. Number one, the investment products. What are some of the investment products that is commonly available? Stocks, bonds, REITs. I know now a lot of them are being intrigued by crypto, Bitcoin. Okay, but end of the day, I think they should have a good sense of what are some of the basic investment product first before they go to something so sexy. Yeah. Okay. So, and the other part that we also want to emphasize here is this, why we have so many different arrays of investment product. So what situation should we use what kind of products? Okay. Next is they will also be introduced to this investment financial mathematics. What's inflation? What's compounding? How to calculate investment yield? How to do interest calculation? A little bit of accounting, income and expense. So from the game, they will have a better understanding. Of course, all these points we will also talk through to make sure they have a good grasp as well. And most importantly, they will walk away with all these financial concepts. Again, Alvin and Kenny, do you actually want to talk about what are the concepts you think that has been most interesting to you?
Yeah, maybe I'll start off first again. I think because I myself is also a parent of two teenagers. Then of course the primary priority, or rather is that I have to be focusing on the protection needs, especially for my kids, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, life goes on for them. They still have their daily needs, their education still have to go on. So how to have that protection need for them. So a lot of time I have to work on the investment aspect of it, and how to go about doing it in the right way, and make sure it's not doing from a gambling perspective, but a really investment perspective. That is something I have to, at least for me in real life, I have to learn through experience and then pick up through mistakes and all that. But here in this course, I think what we can offer for the students is at least for them to have a better understanding of the different products. At least they know what is the right way to use them in terms of investments. Yeah, so at least that's at least some takeaway from me, Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alvin.
Sure, thanks, man. Right, so for what I always say is that feel like correct for the take back, right? Correct, is that right? Correct, income versus savings, right? So it's that for the kids, right? Correct, they don't have like so-called income. So what they have is always about savings and those things, right? So they save for what? What they save for? Definitely for the something they want to. So that's what we call delayed gratifications. So everything is interconnected, right? So throughout the course, right, correct, we are actually let them know that, right, correct. Since we don't have income, right, we are going to save money for what? For something we want, the kids want. Then after that, right, correct, is to gain the happiness. Right. Next thing, you then gain the happiness. Do they, for example, they save up $50 or $100 or even $1,000? Are they going to spend one day $1,000? No, that's what we need to let them know the budgeting. Right. Budgeting is like that. If I don't spend all my savings, later on, what happens if I don't buy some more things? Right. So that triggers, let the students, kids, to think that, spend within their means. Right. The next thing is that, as what Kenny and Amy, correct, mentioned about the protection needs. Right. That's something, right, correct. A lot of especially teenagers, right, they don't understand what's called insurance. They just know that the insurance agent come to our house. Hi, daddy, want to buy some insurance for your kids? That's it. They don't understand what's meaning of insurance. And also, right, why our parents, right, correct, when I was young, why they bought for us the insurance. it's actually another form of love for them, to protect them. So throughout the course, these are everything, right? Correct. A lot of things, right? We're going to tell the students. Right, Amy, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And personally, I think what is one concept to me, which is most important, is the concept of passive income. Really actually help them to change the mindset of what investment is. Of course, me being an investment trainer myself. Again, don't always think that investment is about getting rich quick, make money at the shortest possible time, chase the next sexier investment instrument. No. So in fact, investment from a professional perspective is always about generating passive income and create it such that the passive income can cover expense so that to achieve financial freedom. And once that is achieved, right, okay, we are able to have the choice of leading a more meaningful life. Like if let's say, work is not one of the ways that we think can achieve our meaningful life. Okay, so of course, financial freedom doesn't mean that don't need to work anymore, every day just lays around, no. But at least we are given the choice. So in fact, personally, I think this is one of the main learning point that the participants should take away. It's not about just more and more money, but how to manage money in such a way that it can empower us to actually have a more meaningful life. Also, that is in fact one of the more important points, at least for me. Okay, so as promised, today is going to be a very short session. We are not going to talk any longer. So again, this is just a game. This is not like a course. This is not like whatever you call boot camp, no. Which is just a game for the participants to go through, and through this game, we believe that they could actually get what all the learnings that we mentioned. So three main parts: investment product, investment mathematics, and all the investment and financial concept. So this game is actually played over 2 sessions. The first session, we just initiate them, show them how to go around with playing with the spreadsheets. Of course, we will actually send a spreadsheet before that. Okay, then we will actually go through some of the main concepts, on the main key terms. The next day, when you come in on the 17th, then we have mini competition. Okay, we are definitely not going to say what is the objective first. Yes, one is a happiness index, but at what age, we are not going to say. And then what is the other objective? Okay, we are not going to say. So after that, through trying to figure out, okay, I'm quite sure they have a better understanding of the different strategies they can adopt to achieve a better financial future for themselves. So really hope that you can actually get your kids to join us. The course is this game is confirmed right now. We have close to 20 packs joining us playing this game for this time round. I think we could accept probably another 5 or 6 more. Okay, I don't think we want to go more than 25 packs. Okay, so once we hit 25 packs, the registration will close. Yes, so yes, we still have about 6 seats, 6 to 7 seats left. So if you're interested, all you have to do is just scan this QR code. Okay, and you can just follow instruction there. Also, like I said, $40. Eventually they will have that Excel spreadsheet. So basically, we will send them an Excel spreadsheet. They can play as many times as they want. So with $40, I'm quite sure it's quite worth it. Today you go and buy a simple Lego set. It's already more than $40. So I think this is I'm quite sure you'll find this price very reasonable. And of course, the only request we have is this: please do not disseminate the spreadsheet. Please do not share the spreadsheet with anybody else. And yes, the spreadsheet will be copyrighted. If so happen that we shared, I think, they're not supposed to share. I think that's what I want to say. Okay, but they can actually own the spreadsheet. They can play themselves as many times as they want. Okay, guess that is all that we have. Is there any questions?